Welcome to another episode from the Weg Talk podcast. And today we have a very, very special guest. The beautiful one and only Sybille Postel. She is a mindset coach, a great EFT practitioner who has been 17 years between Egypt and Germany. And she helped a lot of women throughout the Middle East and Europe to heal from traumas and to be coached and move forward in their lives. Welcome, Sybille.
Merci, thank you for having me. أنا مبسوطة قوي.
By the way, she talks Arabic very well, more than we know. مش لبلب.
بس إن شاء الله بعدين يعني هنشوف.
Welcome. I'm so happy and excited that we're together.
Yes, me too. It's my first interview to talk about my work.
That's my pleasure. And actually, I'd love people to know more about your story. We have been meeting, by the way, in the middle of our healing journeys, and we got closer in that time. So I'd love to know more, and people would love to know more about your inspiring journey and how did you get in the EFT tapping and how did it help you?
Yeah, so it's a very, very long journey. So when I was 22, I had a very traumatic experience with my boyfriend at that time. I suffered from physical violence. Without talking about any details, it was very, very ugly, and I immediately ran away.
I'm so sorry for that.
Yes, it was quite an experience. And I developed bulimia, and then I started therapy, talk therapy. But at that time, they didn't tell me that you can have cross addictions. So after some time, I stopped having bulimia, but I started slowly to drink more. So then I had a decade of switching addictions. And the root, of course, for my problems that I attracted that kind of abusive partner was in my childhood. My mom was a single mom in the 70s, and I was staying with families that didn't treat me that well. But I didn't know that we absorb all that information and that we are running this program, and our body always wants to experience again the familiar feeling until we heal. So then after I tried the therapy, I tried hypnotherapy, I tried Reiki, I tried whatever you name it, and everything helped a little bit, but nothing really got me out of my addictions. I had toxic relationships. I went from bulimia to alcohol, then I stopped drinking, then I got depression because my brain didn't get the stimulation anymore.
I guess a lot of people are suffering from all of that, and they tried like really everything, and it doesn't work. And every time they fall into a trap and they come up and try to move forward from it, and then they find themselves into another trap and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so that was a long journey, and I was already living in Egypt, working as a speech and language therapist, and then I started my coaching career just to be curious. How is it to coach someone? I felt like compelled to work in that area. But I wasn't coaching because I didn't know really what I'm doing. Just talking to someone, giving some advice, I knew it will not fix that person. And to begin with, I wasn't healed. And then after some time, I discovered the EFT tapping. I found it super weird in the beginning. I mean, we know that it looks a bit like either don't do it in public, you get other problems, okay? So I wasn't really paying attention to it. It didn't really work. And then somehow after like some time, I was like, give it a try again. And then I was digging deeper and taking some time to feel the emotion in my body and to really, go to the root of my issues, my anxiety, my depression, my PTSD. And I healed with this EFT tapping in combination with affirmations within 6 weeks.
Wow, 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Many people feel that when the thing is simple, it really doesn't make a great impact. If we didn't like move like this and like this and like that and do like really hard work and felt so much pain and suffered and we did a lot of effort, we don't really heal.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes less is more.
Absolutely true. And what I love about the EFT tapping, it is not putting cream on, as I always say, excuse my French, because you acknowledge your emotional problems, you feel it in your body, and then you transform it. So if you want me to explain just in short words what EFT tapping is, so people will understand that this easy technique is really a big game changer.
Yeah. Before we get into the EFT tapping, I remember you told me once, I was telling you that I was a coach and I don't know how shall I coach more people and talk to them about depression while I am depressed. And I remember you told me you are the best one to talk to people about depression because you will talk from a place of experience, not from a place of superiority that you are healed and you're good and you're talking to them like this, hey, people depressed.
Yeah.
I remember those words. It differed a lot and it helped me a lot to move forward. And I guess a lot of people needs to know that. And the most beneficial people who will talk to you like really grounded words and real and meaningful words are those who are really suffering from the thing or passed through it or healed from it, and they can tell you the experience. So from that base, we would love people to know more what exactly is the EFT and how we can practice EFT and move forward with it.
Okay. So EFT tapping, I love to talk about it. I can talk about it for hours.
And I saw your challenge you have there. By the way, Sybille has got a great challenge. It's the 21 Mindset Change EFT Challenge.
Yeah, right? It's the Ramadan challenge throughout the Ramadan. So it's like reels, just like 3 minutes. So you can tap with me and every day I pick a different subject.
Yeah.
Frustration, anxiety, physical pain, whatever we are suffering from. Because in the end, we all have the same struggles and challenges. So EFT means Emotional Freedom Technique. And that's a technique that was discovered in the States in the 80s. There was a psychotherapist called Roger Callahan, and he named it thought field therapy. And in the 90s, his student, Carrie Gregg, named it EFT. So he modified it a bit. So this is a combination of traditional Chinese medicine and modern psychology. So while we are tapping on 9 out of the 12 main meridians points in our body, upper body, we are talking about what's on our mind. We are addressing the problems we have. So we get the fog, the negativity out of our head, and we are saying it out loudly while we are tapping. So a meridian point is actually a channel, a pathway that is forming a network in the body through which the energy of life is flowing, according to traditional Chinese medicine. So when we are stressed or we have a trauma which we haven't overcome yet, we have this rupture in the energy balance. So while we are tapping and talking about that I'm so anxious, I'm tired, and we feel the energy or the negative energy in our body, we acknowledge it and we feel it in our body. You will be surprised that every emotion, you feel it in a different part of your body. People are like, Ita, how come, Yani? Suddenly this, the stress with my husband, I feel it in my head, and the grief over my dad, I feel it in my tummy, whatever it is, you feel it in different areas of your body. And this is grounding you, and this is connecting you to your body. So while we are tapping, the amygdala in the midbrain that is responsible for the fight, flight or freeze response is getting a signal like, hey, you are not in danger anymore. So the cortisol level, the stress hormone, is decreasing tremendously between 24 and 51%.
Wow.
Throughout some rounds of tapping. And then the magic is happening, because then your subconscious is wide open to accept new positive statements. So then we are using positive affirmations of what we want to manifest. We are reprogramming the subconscious. We are rewiring the brain. We are changing the brain, and that's called neuroplasticity.
Yeah, as if it's an old tape and we're just freeing it out, and we're bringing other statements to record it on that tape. So we're just giving new information to the brain so it can move forward with the new learnings that it has got.
Yes, and that combined with affirmations that I'm teaching my clients, tailor-made for the specific challenges and the new self-concept throughout the day, repeatedly a lot, because we have 70,000 thoughts per day.
Definitely.
And
wow,
tomorrow,
that's a very big number.
Yes, and guess the percentage we are thinking yesterday and tomorrow again. It's 90% or even more. And your thought that you repeat all over again is stimulating your brain. It becomes a belief system and it becomes your personality. So in order to change and to heal, you choose to be someone else, someone different. You choose who you want to be.
We take responsibility for that. It's part of our responsibility, and many people doesn't know or doesn't really are aware of it enough. So everybody is just blaming it on other people.
Yes. And people become a victim to their thoughts because the thoughts are running on autopilot. And if you don't learn to become more mindful, what is going on between your ears? You think life is just happening to you, and all what you experiences is just like a coincidence.
Reactions. We're just being a reaction to everything that's happening.
And most people live constantly in this fight, flight, or freeze response. And it's learned behavior. We are just born with two fears: the fear of loud noise and the fear of falling. And all the other fears are learned.
Okay.
So this combination of tapping and the affirmations are a game changer.
Can you tell us more about the fight, flight, and freezing mode?
So the fight, flight, and freezing mode is just like the survival mode, which we needed like long time ago when a bear was just like hunting us, and we needed to freeze or to fight or to flight to survive. So we are living in this survival modus a lot without knowing it, because it became so normal for us. You know, the shallow breath, the high cortisol, and that high cortisol is responsible for so many diseases. Because when we are always in constant stress modus, our body can't function properly anymore, and we are creating disease. 95% of the disease we have, it's created by our mindset.
Yes.
So it's so important that you keep this clean. It's like a mental hygiene. And I tell my clients, you do the tapping daily, and you use your affirmation, you use your positive thoughts, and this will change your life. And sometimes it's happening that after a week they're like, oh, Sybille, I did the tapping, it was amazing. And then I don't know how, I'm so stressed again. I'm like, did you do the tapping again? And yani, are you watching your thoughts, and are you shifting throughout the day? Whenever you get stressed, who do I want to be? What do I want to manifest? That person triggered me. Thank you, God. I choose to relax, to align with the Creator. You know, it's a spiritual practice as well.
And there are a lot of facts that needs to be brought up, and one of them is that it doesn't mean when you start meditating and just doing EFT that you will never be stressed again. Because a lot of people has got this kind of expectations that when I start doing meditations and when I start healing, I need to feel all the time peaceful and happy. And
yes.
No.
I tell them as well, like my dad used to say, it's not that the sun is shining out of your all the time. مش ممكن. That is not life. We got all the challenges as well. But how we bounce back, that's the question. How long do you want to stay in this like trigger mood? And EFT can help you within minutes to transform it, to live that negativity, to acknowledge it, not to suppress it, because that's toxic positivity, but to live it, to acknowledge, and then to transform it again into something positive.
So what's the difference between the EFT and the classic meditation of breathing and just getting into the mood? And what are the difference between those two types of meditations?
I wouldn't call EFT tapping a meditation. It's more like self-hypnosis, but while you are wide awake. So you are reprogramming your subconscious. While meditation is like a mindfulness practice. I mean, there's different kinds of meditation. It's great to focus on your breath, and to align with your body, to connect, or to do, I like Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. Last year I went to his workshop, it was amazing. People experience healing with his meditations. But I think the part I really love about the tapping is that you learn so much about yourself and your emotions, and that you accept even the shitty emotions, and that you embrace them, and that you can just tap within minutes.
Yeah, I feel that the when you get into the meditation and you start closing your eyes and being mindful, a lot of people couldn't get into this.
Yes.
They find it hard for them to feel safe to close their eyes, and they start breathing and getting into the mood, and a lot of blockages comes in. And the EFT is, I think it's more safe and easier for everyone because their eyes are open and they just do some physical, like more physical.
That's true. Plus, it's trauma transforming. There's more than 300 studies that show that you can heal trauma, real severe PTSD, with EFT tapping within a couple of weeks. They use it for veterans coming back from war.
That's the power of affirmations.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the tapping is really changing the subconscious, on the trauma on the subconscious level. That's why it's so powerful. So when I meditate, that's great and it helps healing. But if you have deep-rooted trauma, I could not heal it with just meditation.
Yeah.
I'm just talking from my own experience. So, and I see it with my clients that a lot of times they start tapping and old stuff is coming up because now they feel safe. So the subconscious allows to open up to painful memories that they can transform. And the beauty is really that you heal trauma, and it's not like you talk about it and it's so painful, because lots of my clients are so afraid. They're like, I don't want to go there when what happened with my parents. I'm like, you can feel safe because it's very gentle, and we always end on the positive tapping round. So you feel amazing afterwards. So this gives your system, your nervous system, safety. So the subconscious can release more negative emotions, experiences that needs to be transformed. Sometimes it's something tiny you don't even remember, but that adds up to your anxiety today.
Yeah. And EFT is one of the techniques that helped me a lot to overcome anxiety at that time.
And
Big time.
Yes, and we have this amazing variation. It's called Gamut 9. And it has 9 action and it includes eye movement. Maybe you heard about it, that the eye movement, I'm sure you did, is related to trauma healing as well. And it includes humming and counting. It's super weird, but it's bilateral stimulation and super powerful as well. So we have like different options with the EFT tapping.
So can we make an EFT round meditation about a topic of your choice, so we can let the audience see live how it works?
And actually we don't call it meditation, we just call it EFT tapping. Because with meditation people get that idea.
I saw some people like Jessica Artner and John Artner, they're calling it emotional freedom techniques meditations. So that's why it was brought to me. It's more of meditations rather than a technique.
So I know them, and I know Peter Stapleton, she's very good with research. So what do they do in the meditations? Maybe it's like a variation with music, or?
No, it just, they start their meditations with, their techniques with even though. I feel like, I love acceptance and forgive myself and how I feel. And like this. So now we say that it's not really a meditation, but it's a technique that helps healing.
Yes. I think everyone has their own way how they call it, and Jessica Ortner, and they are one of the pioneers actually.
She's great in that. Yes.
She wrote the book about the weight release. So that,
and they really are making a meditation. This is how they call it, but for every single topic.
Yes.
For anxiety.
Yes. You can use it for everything.
For war, for safety, for security, for pregnancy, for losing weight, for everything. So it's a great technique for everything.
I work a lot with kids because they are so receptive to it.
And
it works in no time.
And they're so sensitive as well.
Yes. And they still have different brain waves until the age of 6, 7. And they absorb it quickly, like a sponge.
I love the idea that you're working with kids. A lot of people doesn't do this approach.
It's important, it's our future. And they are full of anxiety already because life became so stressful. And when you look at the collective consciousness now, what's going on in the world, it's
a disaster.
It's a lot of stress. Yeah, so we can do some EFT round or the meditation like Nick said. So what kind of topic do we want to pick? What you think would be nice for the audience?
I guess maybe those days people are suffering from stress. So releasing stress and bringing more grounding energy to the field or so.
Yeah.
This would be something that everyone can connect with.
Okay, great.
What do you think?
Yes, great idea.
Okay, and also we would love to tell people what are exactly the points that we are tapping on.
Yes.
And why these points exactly.
But what we do the tapping first.
Yes.
And then we talk about the points.
So excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So we take the general stress. Okay. Everyone has stress in different areas. So I want you and you to pick a topic or like a situation or a person, usually it's connected, that really triggers you at the moment, that you feel stress. And I want you to rate it between 0 and 10. 0 is you're super relaxed, which most likely you are not, otherwise we wouldn't pick it. And 10 is like skyrocketing anxious about it. How would you don't have to say what it is, you just tell me what is your
20.
20. Okay, great.
Okay.
Let's get started. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Okay, so you take from your right hand the pointer and the middle finger.
Yeah.
Left-handed people the other way. Okay, because we have the tapping points on both sides. Like,
let me take this off.
Yeah, parallel. Yes, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay. So we start on the karate chop point. Okay, I will say more about the meridian points afterwards. Okay. And you just repeat after me. Okay. Even though I'm so stressed about this situation.
Even though I'm so stressed about this situation.
I deeply love and accept myself.
I deeply love and accept myself.
Even though I wish that this wouldn't trigger me so much.
Even though I wish that this wouldn't trigger me that much.
But it does.
But it does.
I accept those feelings.
I accept those feelings.
And accept myself anyway.
And I accept myself anyway.
Even though I want the situation to change a lot too.
Even though I want the situation to change على طول.
I decide to have patience.
I decide to have patience.
And I know I can feel better right now.
And I know I can feel better right now.
The next point is directly beside your eye where the hair of your eyebrow starts. I am so stressed about the situation.
I'm so stressed about the situation.
Beside the eye. I'm so stressed.
I'm so stressed.
Where do you feel it in your body? Go into the situation, think about that person, the situation. Where in your body do you feel it right now?
Here. In my ears, in the middle of my head.
I feel it in my ears.
I feel it in my ears.
I feel it in the middle of my head.
I feel it in the middle of my head.
When you look at me, you see how I move on. It's a bit easier.
Yeah, I feel it in the middle of my head.
How does it feel? Is it burning? Is it... What kind of feeling is it?
Yeah, it's burning.
It's burning.
It's burning.
I'm upset about the situation.
I'm upset about the situation.
I am maybe a bit frustrated.
I am frustrated.
I wish I could change it right now.
I wish I could change it right now.
The more I think about it,
the more I think about it,
the more stressed I get.
The more stressed I get.
And then here, the collarbone, underneath the collarbone. Why is it like that?
Why is it like that?
I don't want it to be like that.
I don't want it to be like that.
Where do you feel this resistance? Any other place in your body where you can feel the resistance about the situation?
Here.
I feel it underneath my eyes.
I feel it underneath my eyes.
My tapping point on the arm. I'm really stressed.
I'm really stressed.
Now I want you to imagine that this situation is getting worse instead of better. Imagine that. Where do you feel it? What is your fear about it? Where do you feel it in your body?
Here.
I feel it in my chest.
I feel it in my chest.
I'm afraid it's getting worse instead of better.
I'm afraid it's getting worse than getting better.
top of the head. I'm just done with it.
I'm just done with it.
Inhale, exhale. And now, when you think about it, where is it right now? Is there negativity left, or did it go down?
I don't feel anything.
You don't feel anything. How would you rate it right now?
لا, less. It's like مثلا I can feel it.
Usually we go, مثلا, most people have like 8 or 9.
It wasn't 20 actually, I was exaggerating. It was like 7.
Yeah.
And now I really can't feel it in my body, and that
Yeah.
strong sensation. In my thoughts, it's still there, like مثلا 2, 1,
Okay,
like this,
great.
the thought. But in my body, I don't feel it.
So usually people have between a 7 and a 10 always. So they have to keep on going through this negative rounds until they reach مثلا, let's see, a 3 or a 2. And then you're like, are you ready for positivity, or is more coming?
Yeah.
So now you're ready for the positive round, and I guide you through the positive round. I decide to relax right now.
I decide to relax right now.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God,
For supporting me.
for supporting me.
Thank you for letting me know what I need to learn from this situation.
Thank you for letting me know what I need to learn from the situation.
I relax my body.
I relax my body.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
I decide that I'm always safe.
I decide that I'm always safe.
The more I give gratitude for this challenge,
The more I give gratitude for this challenge,
the faster God can solve it.
the faster God can solve it.
I am safe.
I'm safe.
I surrender to God.
I surrender to God.
I surrender to the universe.
I surrender to the universe.
All is well in my body
All is well in my body
and in my life.
and in my life.
Thank you, God,
Thank you, God,
that the best is happening for me now.
that the best is happening for me now.
I decide to be excited
I decide to be excited
that God is solving this problem now.
that God is solving this problem right now.
And even though I can't see the solution,
And even though I can't see the solution,
and I can't know why this is happening maybe,
and I can't know why is this happening maybe,
but I know that it's happening for the highest good for everyone being involved.
but I know that it's happening for the highest good of everyone.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
And I decide
And I decide
that all is well.
that all is well.
I can go through the situation,
I can go through the situation,
and I know my life is fantastic.
and I know my life is fantastic.
I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
I'm God's child.
I'm God's child.
I'm always a winner.
I'm always a winner.
And the situation will be amazing now.
And the situation will be amazing now.
Inhale and exhale. How do you feel? It's a natural high.
It shows on my face and in my every single organ in my body. Wow.
Yeah, it is really powerful.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful I found that technique, and I usually do a 6-week program with my clients because it needs really like 6 weeks to do it on a daily basis, and it depends on the challenge.
Let me take
But
a second
it's an
to
amazing
thank you
journey.
for how I feel, because it really helps a lot and I feel good. I feel really good.
Yeah.
I feel more grounded from
Yeah.
inside. I feel like I have openness in my chest. And yeah, I felt that it's tight, and I felt that burning sensation in my ears, in my head, in underneath my eyes and in my chest.
Yeah.
And then I feel free now.
Surprising, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it
It
is.
looks so weird. I know that. Why I'm like, it needs more acknowledgement in the world.
Yeah.
Really. And it's important that we not cross our legs when we do it. That's important to mention, so the energy can flow. Yes. And the tapping points are the meridian points I talked about. So we have 12 major ones. I can't go into all the details now. But for example, this one is for the stomach. This one is for the kidney. We have some on our fingers. The small one is for the heart. So there's different variations of tapping I can do with the client. This one is the spleen one. It is very, very powerful when you massage that one. When you're stressed and anxious, it's regulating the nervous system. It's directly connecting with the amygdala, soothing the nervous system, lowering the cortisol. So the body immediately is responding very well to the tapping points.
That points, yeah.
Yes.
So if we are to give the audience some affirmations to work with so that it can help them move forward with their traumas, or just help them more to move forward in their well-being journey, or to enhance their quality of life, what kind of affirmations you would choose for them?
You mean just affirmations?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the tapping?
Affirmations.
The affirmations. I think we always need to align with our creator. That's why my coaching is neuroscience combined with spirituality. Not necessarily religion. Religion is amazing, but everyone has their own idea. But you don't live proper religion, in my opinion, with proper spirituality.
Yeah.
So we need to connect with the creator. The creator is love, is trust. Sometimes we don't understand why we go through challenges, but we are always being protected.
Yeah.
We are just visiting here. Yani, our home is when we leave, when we make our transition.
Yeah.
So always being connected, this kind of trust and faith is a muscle. We need every day to remind ourselves that we are not alone. So always reminding ourselves that God is guiding us, that we can surrender, that we get signs, that we need to focus on what we want to manifest, that we choose love.
We're safe in the universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a beautiful affirmation. I'm always safe.
Yeah.
I can trust. I learn to trust more and more. Some people find affirmations very fake and they don't believe them. And actually, I'm a fan of robotic affirmations.
Yeah.
Those affirmations you just repeat without believing them, because repetition dissolves disbelief.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like affirmations like, I love to feel safe. I love to feel excited. I love to feel healthy. Because this is definitely not fake, because we all love to feel great. So I challenge you for like masalang, 30 seconds, repeat how you love to feel. Do it and see how you feel afterwards.
Yeah. I do it now?
Yes.
Oh. I love to feel happy. I love to feel excited. I love to feel loved. I love to feel seen. I love to feel successful.
Yeah, I love to feel grateful.
Yeah, I love to feel grateful, for sure. I don't know what else I love to feel.
Yeah.
That's a challenge, by the way. Because
I love to feel connected.
yeah.
I love to know that everything works out for me.
You just made me realize that it's been so long since the last time I started to talk to myself about how do I really love to feel.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the problems that everybody is challenging right now, that we're thinking about what's stressing us more than what we really love.
Yes. And it's important because every thought is creative. God gave us free will so that we can create. I absolutely believe it. Yes, we do have faith. Yes, there is a time when we are done here and we go back to the Creator. But why do we have free will? And you have it in your Quran. I have it in the Bible. The way the person is in their heart, the way they think, so their life will be. Ask, believe, receive. I'm sure you find a lot of quotes in the Quran where you find this.
Sure.
And we should take it literally. Who do you want to be? So what am I thinking? Louise Hay, I'm sure you know her, the pioneer of positive thinking, used to say, you can't clean the house if you don't know where the dirt is.
Yeah.
So my first advice would be, monitor your thoughts. What is going on here? What are you telling yourself from morning until night? And then write them down, your dominant negative thoughts, and transform them into a positive affirmation. And always shift. Yes, we get stressed, we get triggered, but oh wow, I'm triggered now. Who do I want to be? Thank you, God. I choose a different reality. I choose a positive affirmation now. I choose a positive reality now. And the more we get into the positive mindset, the more amazing things are happening in our lives.
Yeah.
It's a mirror. The life is mirroring what you believe about yourself.
It takes a lot of mindfulness.
Yes.
And awareness.
A lot of discipline, yes.
And we're experiencing now lack of time. We're just everything, we're putting it on the autopilot, and things became so fast. So people are not realizing that they need some time for themselves, and they just need to sit with themselves and be mindful of what they really think about, how they really feel, and that will help them with their quality of life for sure.
Exactly. And honestly, it's not so much time because we are thinking anyway. It's more like maybe every day, if you have 20 minutes to yourself, write down, who do you want to be? Develop your self-concept. What do you want to keep? What do you want to change? Because we always say, it's just me. No. This is the mindset that you cultivated over the last decades. That's who you became. Yeah, I'm so impatient. That you choose to be. You can change it. But it needs some, I'm patient now. I'm patient now. It's okay. I'm patient now. I can do it. So first we change the way we think, and then the experience follows. And we need to repeat it. And since we are thinking anyway, we can use, for example, time in the bathroom while we are cleaning. So all the activities where we don't need to focus on work, to repeat our affirmations. Well, I do it when I go on a walk. I have like some subtle music, and I walk and I tell myself, my life is amazing. And it is scientifically proven. Your thoughts create new neural pathways in your brain. Your brain is changing. So when you complain, there is studies that show 100% that complaining stress is shrinking your hippocampus, which is connected to memory and learning. That is very dangerous. So you are not doing yourself a favor by trying to control your life by keep on worrying about stuff. Yes, acknowledge the problem, relax, surrender, look for solutions. But the moment you find yourself into that vicious cycle of stressing over it, stop it. Because it is affecting your brain. It is making you literally sick. So positive affirmations, you keep repeating them, is one of the best things you can do. Combined with the EFT tapping to release the negativity that you can do.
That's a great experience.
Yes, and I've seen it the last years. I've been working with people, they could not do anything, Yani. They were like so anxious. They had such a high level trauma, and they became literally different people. But it's an ongoing process. Even once you transformed your trauma, you have to keep doing. I'm telling people, you don't stop taking a shower, for God's sake. Sorry. Really, I don't want to be harsh, but you take a shower. You want to look nice. You go out, kida. But this, here you let the dirt in.
This is the mind's shower.
Yes. So we need to keep this clean as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So if we are to give, big clap. So if we are to give the audience an exercise to work with, so they can feel a little bit better, or they can stop and be mindful and take a breath and just give themselves a quick mind shower, what exercise would you give them?
Definitely the tapping. Short, quick. I mean, we just did it now. It didn't take a long time. So you always start with a negative. Yeah. And even if we just tap on your favorite point, that helps already as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you can pick one point and you keep tapping on it.
I love this one. For example, a quick one can be when you are stressed. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. So you let out the negativity. And then you're like, I just decide to be more mindful now. Thank you. I surrender. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm getting better and better every day. I know God is listening to every thought I'm saying, thinking, every word I'm speaking. Thank you. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for being grateful for this day right now. And I know I can take it one step at a time. And I'm always good enough. So that would be, you should talk to yourself like you talk to your best friend. I'm telling the people, if your friend told you all that kaka, you know, you're telling yourself, you would tell like, Emshi, yalla, I don't want you as a friend.
I was talking in one of the episodes about that ourselves are two, we're not one, we're just two.
Yes.
So we have to be aware and mindful of what we really are telling ourselves, because if we're saying this to your friend, that was the game changer.
Yes.
And if you kept on criticizing a friend and telling her really bad words about her, she couldn't stand this.
But you talk, you beat yourself up all the time. And it's important. And another advice would be like another inspiration, I don't want to call it advice, that every hour put a timer in your phone or like a post-it at your desk and stop and become mindful. I'm like, Ida, where do I feel my stress now? And breathe, do a short tapping, or deep breaths, 10 deep breaths, whatever, close your eyes, have a positive visualization, think of like Serra Laguna Kida or whatever, like Ida. Waiting for the summer.
And setting intentions as well.
Yes.
Setting intentions is very important.
In the morning,
the
way you wake up and you start your day is setting the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So instead of grabbing immediately your phone and like social media and Allah, I have so many meetings now, like wait. So my first thing when I wake up in the morning, even I feel cranky or whatever, we all have those days. I'm like, thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for showing me how I can serve today. Thank you what I need to know today. And it's a great day. Today is a great day. I just decided I'm a winner. I don't know what's going to happen today, but I know when I decide I'm a winner and it's a great day, good things are happening to me.
And I saw this manifesting with you, by the way.
Yeah.
The day we came together and we talked about yoga, and you just told me that I was talking to God in the morning. I was like, I really need something new, God. It's like, I found you calling. So I was like, thank you, God, for listening.
Yes.
Yeah. I see you. I
kept repeating like, look, I'm ready now. I'm ready for being interviewed. I'm ready for spreading the word about the EFT tapping because I'm an introvert. Nobody believes it, but I am an introvert. I social media phobia kida. Did a lot of tapping and I'm like, la, people have to know more about tapping. And then you ask
Mustahil.
me. Yeah.
You're really have a great energy and you're just outgoing and nobody would ever believe that you're an introvert.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes. Yeah. I had like fear of speaking in public. I could heal it with a EFT tapping. I was getting so nervous to talk in front of more than 3 people. And then I had a mindfulness corporate event in front of the pyramids in the Nine Lounge, or what's the name of it? That was like 2 years ago. And I did some tapping 2 weeks ahead of the event. And there were like 60 people and I was just calm.
Wow.
Yes. So that's important, the intention, as you're saying, and asking the universe or God for a sign. I have, like, from my clients, for myself, experiences from when I ask, I need a sign. The intention is, shall I do this? Guidance. The signs are always coming.
And also more important is the willingness to receive.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people are asking for signs, they're asking for rewards and asking for everything, but they're really not ready to receive that.
Yeah, then they get too busy or they are like too anxious when to receive it. There is the divine timing. Yeah. So
the power of timing. Yeah, it's
when
power.
Exactly things are happening. That's why tapping for patience, because I'm a very impatient person. So like, okay, I trust, I feel stuck, I feel frustrated, but I know things are happening in the right time. So
that's great. It was a really, really nice episode. And nice time of talking. And thank you so much for all of the interesting information and the beautiful energy. And thank you for tapping.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us today with Sybille Postel. And we'll see you in the other episode of the Weg Talk podcast.